Should Thailand ban Israeli tourists? Has there been one incident too many? Sometimes it only takes one arrogant sentence to spark a firestorm. In this case, my country's money helped build your country. That's what one Israeli woman reportedly told a Thai business owner after refusing to take her shoes off, an act of disrespect in Thai culture, in many cultures, but she might as well have spat on the face of the person she was speaking to. Now, before anyone gets upset about this isn't about politics. I don't want to make it about politics. It's not about religion, and it may be a bit of a global affair, but come on. I mean, it's about travel. It's about respect, and it's about simply behaving in someone's country. It's about respect, and if you travel to someone else's country, you play by their rules. You don't get to be a jackass and hide behind your passport. Hello, everybody. I am Scott, and I am an American who's been living in Thailand for the past 30 years. If you like this video, do me a favor and click like. And if you have yet to subscribe, please go ahead and do so. Hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated on all my upcoming videos and live streams. Also, if you'd like to send me a little note, a little message, or you want to send me a Dear Scott letter, or you just need a consultation, maybe I can help you out with a little something, email me at anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. Okay, so let's kind of break this down here. You come to Thailand, and Thailand is a place where you take your shoes off before you walk into somebody's home. My home, we don't come into the home with our shoes on. We take our shoes off before we enter. Remains clean in the house. I don't know, this is the way that you do things here. It doesn't matter if you're walking into a home, a business, or a cafe, or whatever it may be. Now, some places, they may allow it, but most do not. It is generally not optional. It's not a suggestion. It's what you do here. It's just the way you do things, and it's about respect. Okay, this is not only for the tourist. It's not for a tourist to come in and put her feet on the floor and put her ego out there in everybody's face, and when called out, she doesn't apologize. This woman doubled down and said, my country's money helped build your country. And that's not just arrogant, that's kind of delusional and idiotic. And quite frankly, if it was me, I would have told her, I would have booted her out that second. I would have told her to get the F out of my face. Well, there'd be some other things I'd like to do, but we're not going to get into that. Now, so what I want to do is make the case for banning Israeli tourists, at least temporarily, and also for not banning them. What should we do? When enough tourists from a particular country, in this case Israel, where there have been numerous cases in Pai and in many other areas. Oh, God. When they come here, they act like they own the place. Now, when I say they, I mean some Israelis. Sometimes there are a lot of good people, and sometimes there are a few bad apples. But it's not just a string of bad apples. It's a cultural problem, and maybe not in their own country. They may not act this way back home, but definitely when they're overseas, at least in Thailand. Disrespecting local customs isn't just ignorant, it's corrosive, among other things. Let me tell you something. You might get your ass kicked for acting this way, but not in this case. But it makes locals resentful, it creates tension, and frankly, it ruins the experience for everyone else. Tourists who act like entitled colonizers or just entitled assholes should be shown the door. Not next time, not maybe, but now. That's how it should work. Now, what if they were to ban them for 1 year? It would not be the end of the world. In fact, it might send the exact message that needs sending. Thailand is a sovereign country with deep cultural roots, not a sandbox for rude tourists to stomp around in. But let's make the case against Israeli tourists here. Not all Israeli tourists act in a derogatory, disrespectful way. There are many of them that are respectful, quiet, curious travelers who love Thai food, Thai people, and Thai culture. Banning an entire group because of the behavior of one person or a few bad people could be considered overkill, and you risk throwing out the good with the bad. And then, of course, the main factor is the money. Israeli tourists in general, spend money. And because you kick out the Israeli tourists, if you were to do that, you're going to lose quite a bit of money. But, let's face it, a lot of tourists bring money. I mean, if you're going to be a tourist, you gotta spend some money. That's how it works. Now, some people spend more than others. But really, their money did not build Thailand. It contributes, but let's not just pretend that the bot lives and dies on the generosity of Israel. It doesn't. Still, when you cut off an entire stream of revenue, it does come with a price, and that is a fact. So you don't really want to ban Israel, all the Israelis from coming into Thailand. You really don't want to do that, at least in the beginning. There are quite a few countries that have already banned people from Israel from entering their country. And I'll just name 3. Malaysia, Bangladesh, and the Maldives. And the Maldives have banned Israel most recently in April 2025, citing everything from political grievances to national outrage over behavior and conduct. Whatever the reason, Israel's travel freedom is narrowing, not necessarily because of race or religion, but because people, they are fed up. The education, the Israeli government or any country dealing with embarrassing tourists might want to issue a blunt travel guide, not to have fun and call your embassy if you lose you lose your passport or something like that. But real rules, real consequences. Hey, you need to take off your shoes when you're in Thailand and you enter someone's home or someone's establishment, unless they say otherwise. You don't need to touch monks. You don't need to, what do they do in Chiang Mai? You don't need to go and piss on a temple or something like that. You don't need to brag about your money and say, well, we're from this country. We're so much richer than you. You should be thankful we're here. You don't want to act like a schmuck. And it's as simple as that. You don't want to be a jackass. Second, accountability back home. Let's say an Israeli traveler acts like a jackass abroad. They get deported or fined in Thailand, as some have been already this year. That should not be the end of it. I think the incident needs to be logged with the Israeli embassy, and they should be banned from returning for, say, 5 years. And they should be banned by the Israeli government. Make them attend a cultural awareness seminar if they ever want to travel again. Make it sting. You have to make it hurt a little bit. Now, the third thing that might, I don't know if it'll work, but third thing to consider is a diplomatic collaboration. Thailand could work with Israel to create a 3-strike system. If multiple serious cultural violations are reported in 1 year, travel restrictions go into place. not necessarily forever, but just long enough for people to start thinking about, thinking with their heads instead of their egos and their whatever it is that drives them. But let's just be real here for a second. What is worse than an obnoxious tourist who doesn't respect the culture where they happen to be? One who thinks they're above everybody, one who pushes beyond any reasonable limit. Really, I can't stand, once in a while I'll see somebody who's arguing and they have no case. They're just arguing because they think things could be their way. And the reality is, like sometimes I've talked to people in the past and I've said, hey, listen, this is Thailand. This is not your country. This is not the way things are done here. And most of the time the people they just shake their heads. They're upset about something because they don't want things to be done the way that they're done here. They want it to be done like back home. Now, should Thailand really ban the Israeli tourists? Maybe it's time for a 1-year timeout. Maybe you call this a cooling off period, a message to those who think cultural differences are an inconvenience. And while they may be inconvenient to you, you really shouldn't say anything about inconveniences such as cultural differences. Just because it's not like your country doesn't mean it's wrong. And, I've been here for a long time, and while I may have thought one way in the very beginning, I always kept an open mind. And I always say, if you really want to think about how to do things, and just something simple. If you're in Thailand, you know that English is not their first language. When you go up to someone, if you don't speak any Thai and you go up to someone, you don't just walk up to them and go, hey man, so I need to know how to get here and go there. Can you tell me? Can you help me out? That's not what you do. You walk up and you say, excuse me, do you speak English, or does any of your friends speak English? I need some help, please. And then if they speak English, then obviously maybe they can help you. But you don't just assume that they speak English. You don't go into someone's home and piss on the floor because you helped pay for the plumbing. That's just not how it works. That's not how respect works. So anyway, remember to smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. If you'd like to show your support for the channel, you can do so by joining the VIP section of the channel for as little as $1.99. And like I said, if you want to send a message or whatever it may be, a nice comment, a rude comment, you want to send a Dear Scott letter, or you just want a consultation, email me at anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. That is all I have. So until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Choke di leo jerkan mai. Oh my goodness. That means good luck and see you again. Take care.